Hey guys, I'm the free-to-play Padawan. I love Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, but I hate spending money on mobile games. And I believe that you can dominate this game without even spending a dime. Man, you guys, my favorite game mode is today, Grand Arena. We haven't been able to do any Grand Arenas yet, and yes, it is true that this is not a Grand Arena-based account. I am not focusing on Grand Arena. Well, I'm not prioritizing Grand Arena. I am focusing on Grand Arena. But we're going to make a lot of decisions in this account that are going to be bad for Grand Arena. But it's because it's going to be good for our growth and our guild. So we're going to be making a lot of decisions that are going to help us grow fast and are going to benefit the guild, but are not necessarily going to be the best decisions for Grand Arena. But that doesn't mean we're not going to try to win some Grand Arena at the same time, you guys. I can't wait to get into this. Let's see if we have anybody in the chat yet. We do. We got Galactic Legend Duran. Hello, hello. Verini, yeah, Padawan is back. Hello there. Hello there. Oh man, Verini, we're gonna be getting into one of your roster reviews a little bit later. I think you're the one that's got the two Revan accounts, Revan and Revan Alt, I think. But yeah, Duran says his opponent's defense was automatic. I have not even looked at ours. Obviously, it just turned over. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but we're going to experience it today. Duran says, how are y'all doing? I'm doing great. I obviously can't speak for anybody else in the chat, but I'm doing great. I'm having a great day, and looking forward to streaming on a little bit of a different schedule here. I didn't really know how it was going to work out. This morning, very early in the morning, I put out a poll to the Discord. How should we handle Grand Arena? Because we're streaming on Mondays and Thursdays, and the join day is on Monday, so we got no Grand Arena action on Monday. And Thursday is a defense setting day. There's no attack phase on Thursday. So most of the people in the Discord agreed that we should rearrange our schedule, stream on different days, so that we can include Grand Arena. So now, moving forward, the new streaming schedule is going to be Wednesdays and Fridays at 5 p.m. Same time, different day. So for anybody who that affects negatively, I'm very sorry, and I hate to keep jumping around. This is the second time I've changed my streaming schedule. This is not what I want to do, but I don't want to leave Grand Arena out either. So, Duran, I really love your energy in every streams. It's like a wave of fresh air. Hope you never stop. Well, thanks, man. I have so much fun with you guys. I do. I have so much fun with you guys. I love this game, but the game is good. The community is great. The community is why I love this game. So as long as you guys keep on showing up and supporting me, man, I can't help it. I'll just be excited about it every time. Barini says, nice. Yes, the main is going for SLKR and picked up too much along the way. So maybe you can give advice for going back for some better matchups for GAC. Excellent, man. Excellent. I'd be happy to give any advice. And also, all of your experience on your account going for SLKR is going to help everybody else in the community that's going for SLKR. So maybe when we do your roster review, which we're going to be doing it second, it's going to be doing it a little bit later in the stream after the Grand Arena. Maybe when we do your roster review, you can be kind of back and forth in the chat with us if you're still free at that time and say, this is what I was thinking with this is what I was thinking with that. But you guys, I'm super excited about this particularly. Last stream, remember we did some emergency upgrades to our second fleet. Well, that had some positive benefits. That made it, and I did this already because I didn't know I was going to be streaming today. That made it to where I could do, that made it to where I could do the maximum tier of all the fleet challenges. Remember, I had focused on the Tarkin challenges to get the fleet ability mats. That's what I wanted the most, and I stand by that. Those are the best things to go for. But I wasn't even able to do tier 4 of either of these other two missions. Now, this multi-sim button is lit up whenever I come in here. I just go multi-sim, bam. Now, I still don't have tier 6 star of either of the endurance or the, I can't think of Akbar's ship's name. I don't have the 6-star of either of those, but I'm going to keep farming my light side ships and eventually we'll get there. Brini says, I'm fine with streaming today. Had Java programming tests in university today, so this is the best for the evening. How did your test go, man? We got Matthew H. Hi, all. Man, everybody's got smiley faces in the chat. Everybody's excited to be here. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited about maxing out my fleet challenges, and I'm excited about this right here. Check out this inbox, you guys. We got some goodies in here. Now this, I didn't have a chance to hit, so we got randomly selected for 23rd place. Still 6 Kenobi shards and some gear and lots of this stuff, some credits, I'll take it. And then rank 4 rewards for the pit, I got to hit it with auto with my Geonosians, which are not great for the Rancor, but I got enough damage to get 4th place, so how about that? That's great. And a whole fusion furnace, which is funny, because you need a lot of these fusion furnaces, but the game has been giving me a lot of the scrap. I've got like 350 fusion furnace scrap right now. So this is not the piece that I needed, but I'll take it because I'm sure I'll use it eventually. And some of these, excellent. And of course, 7 Han shards. And then, look at this. Conquest rewards. This is crate number 3. Remember, we were able to get crate number 3. Conquest just ended, and here we go. Look at this. Our first 5 Maul shards. Now someday we're gonna have this bad boy unlocked, and it probably won't be alongside Lord Vader, but we're gonna have this bad boy unlocked. And our first 5 cat shards. Fantastic characters. Fantastic characters. Connor Yates says, been waiting for this. Hot dog, man. I'm glad. I've been waiting for this too. Barini's talking about his Java test. He says, was a fair test in the circumstances with COVID, so I'm happy that it wasn't too hard. There's a lot of things to remember. I don't know anything about Java programming. Wasn't, what's the game that has been popular forever with Minecraft? Was it Minecraft programmed in Java? That's the only thing I think I know about Java, and that's probably not even true. DOG says, Grand Old Championship. Yes, sir. So look at this, guys. We got 15. Well, those are not good. Those are Mark 4s. Boo on those. Good on these. And some gold gear. I like that. And this I like. Got some mods. I'm going to be honest, guys. The rewards for this don't feel worth the effort for it. I mean, the event itself, the conquest is fun. To me, I know we're not doing hard, so we're not like beating our heads against the wall. We're just doing normal. And the event was fun, but it felt like the effort was worth more than this. However, these characters are exclusive to Conquest, and Omegas and Zetas, I'll never turn my head down to those, and we don't have any of these. This is mod slicing materials, high-end mod slicing materials after you get them to 6E, so that's great. That is great. Jawa programming, I probably said it wrong. Duran, only 325 shards to go. Hey, yeah. But you know what? I had 0 shards before. I had no chance of unlocking him. And now, not that these give you a chance of unlocking him, but this is progress. I had no progress towards unlocking these characters. And now I do. Now I do. Dog says, I think you beat me in key cards. Perhaps. I got really lucky early with the Conquest data discs. With that one for the Geos where they recover protection anytime anybody attacks out of turn. And you know those Geos attack out of turn. Brainy says he's not a fan of Minecraft, so he doesn't know if it was programmed in Java. Did I say Jawa programming? I probably did, DOG. There's small, that's true, DOG. There's small milestone rewards too. So we got a lot of rewards along the way. Good point. So that does make it work it. Visla is here for some GAC action. Hot dog, let's claim that. Let's claim this guild activity reward. Okay, we've done, like I say, we did most of our dailies because we weren't thinking we were going to be streaming today, but we can get in here and buy some shipments. Area 501st, hello Padawan. Dude, I didn't have a chance to like your most recent video about relicing Cup to Relic 7 because it automatically played on my feed while I was coming home from work, but that was hilarious. I like that video. That was good, 501st. First GAC, let's go. Yes, sir. So we bought all these, just, you know, like we always do, we bought all these pieces of gear. We skipped this tab because it's for the crystal owners among us, which we have some, but we got plans for those crystals. Don't have enough for this store. We finished Rex, I believe. Yes, look, guys, look, we finished Rex. So that's Rex, Echo, and Fives all done for the clones. They're farmed. They're not done. We're making good progress on Magna Guard. Oh, DOG says, I said Java. He was making a Star Wars joke. Well, full props. Full props to you for that joke. Full props. We're looking for the cheap gear. We do have one piece of cheap gear that is less than 50, so we're going to buy that. Top that back off. And see, look at this. We have 310 of these fusion furnaces, and it gave us a whole one, which is still good. I mean, I'm going to take it. Obviously, I'm going to take it. Now, I was listening to a Senate podcast recently. It was a year ago that they put it on, but I heard it first recently. They were talking about the stores, and they said that the two best things to buy out of the guild store for gear are these stun cuffs, and look how cheap they are. There are these stun cuffs and also carbantes. Look at this, 10 carbantes for 560. So there's a lot of good gear to get out of the guild store, but just something to consider, something that some of the people in our own alliance have said, and it seems like they're a really good value, is carbantes and stun cuffs are both really good. Mark 3 on both. Mark 3 carbantes, Mark 3 stun cuffs are good out of the guild store. So if you're low on those, which you know we are, everybody is, good place to get them. Good place to get them. We got Jesslyn Spell. Jesslyn Spell, Ahsoka Fulcrum fan. The Ahsoka lady is back. I love Ahsoka. Welcome back. Welcome back. Area 501st. Thanks. Someone got kind of mad in the comments about me wasting resources. Not wasting resources if you're having fun. That's right, 501st. You tell them. You play the game how you want to play it. Man. Cody Bowden's in the chat. What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing today? Jesslyn just says, Fulcrum! Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. All right, can't wait to see your GAC. Well, you have so many stun cuffs saved. That's not saved. That's just not applied yet. I'm not, like, saving them up. I just have neglected to apply them to the characters that need them yet. When does the Gaction start? Well, everybody's here for the GAC. I totally respect that. But I do want to do 2 roster reviews today. So I wanted to do 1 roster review before the GAC and then hop into the GAC. We have the normal dailies to do too, so I'm gonna really struggle with balance here. I apologize, you guys. Let's knock out an arena battle, and then we're gonna get into the roster review. And then we can get into that GAC, because I haven't even looked at it yet. I don't know. 208. I don't know about the math on that one. Let's keep looking. You know what? Let's just risk it. We don't have time for all the math in non-GAC things. We need to do the math in the GAC stuff. Julian Hernandez is in the chat. Hey guys, man, we got a bunch of people in here. Look at this. Jesslyn, I love her. She is great. We're at 1 time somehow. Yeah, we made a bad decision. Vader outsped us by probably a couple. But are we going to survive the opening salvo? We survived it, but not without our cleanser getting ability blocked. Our other cleanser is not ability blocked yet. Let's see if he gets stunned. Oh, he did get stunned. This is bad. This is a bad start, you guys. If my soldier was a little bit faster, it could have been a lot better. It's not over until Brood Alpha dies, though. If Brood Alpha dies, it's over. Ooh, it's looking over. It's looking very over. Okay, well, this is what you don't do in Grand Arena. This is not a Grand Arena fight, but you don't go into a Grand Arena fight blind, thinking, oh, let's just try it and see if it works. This is an example of what you don't do. Okay, so that's our first arena fight. Let's get into this roster review. All right, the first roster review is 233, 129, 389. Now this is, if you guys know Roger in the Discord, this is his son's account. He helps his son with some of the harder events, and I think he does his fleet climb for him, because he's gotten his son into very impressive ranks in the fleet with First Order ships, which is awesome. This proves that the First Order ships early on can do just as well as the Geonosians, it seems. They're up in the top 5, which is fantastic. But the Roger puts a lot of work into this account, but it is his son's account, and so his son does put in a lot of the work as well. We have William Wallace in the chat. I haven't seen you in forever, man. Welcome back. For a free-to-play account, you're doing great in Squad Arena. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think those Geos are they're really paying dividends for us. If we just had better mods, we'd be in better shape. TOG says I'm reckless. It was reckless. All right, so let's look at Jedi Wampa. He has obviously reached level 85. He was a little bit ahead of Roger. Roger and I started at about the same time. 10 viewers, 7 likes. We could do better. That's great. 501st. I mean, yeah, we could do a little better, but I'm very happy with that. That's fantastic. All right, I'm going to hide the chat for just a minute. We're going to look at these stats for this roster. This is Jedi Wampa. He is a SLKR Rush. He's got, wow, he already almost has 1 million galactic power. Look at his ships are actually even a little bit bigger than his characters. That's interesting. Most of the time, people who know things, which is not me, but I've heard this, say that your ships should be, I don't know, less than your characters, right? Like maybe 2/3 of your account is characters and 1/3 is ships, or maybe more, like 2/5 of your account is ships and 3/5 is characters. It shouldn't be half and half, and I've never seen ships higher than characters, which is going to be really interesting as Roger helps his son through Grand Arena. I'm interested to see what this is going to do, because he may be dominant in ships in Grand Arena and not because we focused on ships so hard. All right, so he's won a bunch of battles for his level. Let's go down here. Gear donated. Everybody is making me look so bad with this gear donated tab. My gosh. And then he hasn't done Grand Arena yet, except that he did get some banners, so he must have been level 85 right at the end of last Grand Arena. Maybe he did a deployment or something like that. All right, so let's look at what he's using in Arena. Let me catch up on the chat real quick. Jesselyn Spell says, get Fulcrum now, everyone. We have a major fan for Fulcrum. She is saying, I assume it's a she. Jesselyn, forgive me. I don't mean to assign anything that's not intentional there, but Jesselyn says, get Fulcrum now. Julia Hernandez, my opponent just placed the one team. Just placed the one team. So he's got empty zones? That's wild. That's wild. Well, we can talk about how that's possible here in a few minutes. DOG, I usually don't like until I'm on my way out. Does it push the stream different if I like it earlier? I don't know, man. I just don't know how it works. I know that the likes that you guys applied during the stream carry over to the video when it gets posted on YouTube. That I do know, but I don't know. I'm not big enough to get recommended to anybody or anything. I mean, maybe someday it will, but I really don't know how it works. We got 11 likes now. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Area 501st. Well done. I don't know, but it's fun to try and push the likes as high as we can. Well, it sounds like if we have 10 viewers and 11 likes, you guys are doing something right. I don't know what you're doing. You're doing something right. All right, let's look at this Jedi Wampa. We have a strong crew, which I always say, if you're using First Order in the arena, the thing that keeps you from dropping back is how strong your crew is, because sometimes people just have no answer for like a relic crew. If he's like relic 5 or something, there are some teams that just can't beat them. They just can't beat them. Until I get my G Notions higher, they're not going to be able to beat a tough crew like that. So if you're doing an SLKR rush, I really do recommend keeping your crew at the highest rank. Plus, the fleet really revolves around crew's pilot. His ship really drives how well you do in fleet, so crew is a great one to focus. And look, he's actually running Hux lead instead of crew lead, even though he's got crew lead max with the Zeta. So that tells me something. Maybe Hux lead is something that I've been sleeping on. Maybe it's better than I thought. Maybe it's better than I thought. Oh, Barini says we have to like before the GAC, so GAC will go well for our Master Padawan. Well, Master Padawan, that's an ironic statement. Well, man, if you guys liking is going to make the GAC go well, this is going to be a fantastic GAC. You guys are liking all over the place. Jesselyn says, here, meditate is overpowered. You'd be surprised. I recommend you on Reddit not long ago. Oh, wow, really? Thank you, DOG. I appreciate that. I was trying to look into Reddit because I'm I don't know how to work all these newfangled devices. You guys know I have technical difficulties all the time, and I'm bad at math, and I'm not up on the new stuff. Reddit's not new, right? I call Reddit new. I don't know how to work Reddit. I downloaded it. I'm like, I gotta put something on Reddit. And then now I hear that DOG, I hear you've been recommending me now, so thank you. We gotta be promoting Padawan everywhere. Man, you guys, so much love. I really appreciate it. You guys really touched my heart. You really touched my heart. I'm so happy. I mean, this isn't even a Thursday or a Monday, and you guys are all showing up and showing all the support. Thank you so much. Yeah, good vibes for GAC indeed. All right, ooh, look at this. Look at this. He's got 2 Zeta he has. He has Crew's Lead, and he has Vader's. What do you guys bet? This is Merciless Massacre. Yeah, buddy, Merciless Massacre. Oh, it's such a good Zeta. Such a good Zeta. His 2 strongest characters. This is really good. This is really good for an SLKR rush to also focus Vader and get that Zeta on Vader and get a strong Empire team. Let's look at his Empire team and see, because you really only need a strong Vader. Oh, he's got maxed out Thrawn, so he's been working on his Phoenix. Palpatine also from the Phoenix, and then any of these other Empire can slot in just to give Vader some more speed. So yeah, you guys, this is great. This is great. Let's see how fast his Vader is. Speaking of speed, you guys, I was looking at my account today. My mods are so trash. I'm probably going to do really bad in Grand Arena. I know better. I know I should have my characters faster. I just don't. I don't have the credits for it. See, look, his Vader's way faster than mine, 200. Now, you know Vader can get very high, but this is great for our level, for like just hitting Grand Arena. 200 speed. Props for that. Props for that. Plus, he doesn't even have a speed set. He's got crit damage, crit chance. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see what... Oh, and a potency cross. You guys, this Vader is nice. This is a nice Vader. He's got 14 speed on this potency cross. Very nice. And a crit damage triangle. Look at this Vader with speed and potency. These mods are on point. Way to go, Jedi Wampa. Way to go, man. That's good. That's good. Let's look at, let's look at a few more things and then we'll get into this Grand Arena. So he's got the Phoenix, all 7-starred obviously because he's got a 7-star Thrawn, which is beautiful. Beautiful. And let's see, where did he stop with the Phoenix? I wish I knew based on the colors. I think that's gear 8. I think that's gear 8 on Hera. Let's just make this easier and click on the Phoenix. All right, so I think this is gear 9 or 10 on Ezra, and then it looks like the rest of them are gear 8, which that's very impressive. Gear 8 is kind of like what people say if you have great mods, you can do the Thrawn event with all gear 8 Phoenix. And what a lot of people do is they'll put Ezra up to maybe gear 10 or 11 because he can work with the Jedi and other teams. And that'll make the Phoenix event a little bit easier. But he doesn't have any extra pieces of gear here when he just took it up to this gear and no more. And look at all these characters, this gear and no more except for Hera. So props to Jedi Wampa for getting the Thrawn event done with these Phoenix. Well done. Well done. Area 501st, modding is so hard early game. Credits are scarce. Indeed they are. Barini, I heard Vader should now be modded with offense and potency due to Merciless Massacre giving him enough crit chance and crit damage. Absolutely, that is true. Except for, here's the thing. Merciless Massacre does give him a lot of, I keep doing this, a lot of crit chance and extra crit damage. But crit damage and offense are like the yin and yang in this game. They have a beautiful dance that they dance. And often, when you have more of one, like if the character has a way to give himself a lot of offense, then you want to run crit damage, right? If the character has a way to give himself a lot of crit damage, then you want to mod him for offense because they have a great relationship in the game. It's not really smart to go all crit damage on a character if they don't have a high enough offense. But with Vader, crit damage is a very good main mod set to run on him, just like offense is. So they're both great. It's really kind of, I really don't know what the numbers are exactly as to which one is better, but if one's better, it's only a little bit better. What you would want to do then is you would want to try to find offense secondaries in your mods, which he doesn't have a lot of offense secondaries, but he's got a lot of crit chance and potency. So what might happen, and speed, this is a great mod set in general. So what I'm going to say is, especially early game, this is a fantastic way to mod Vader, but this whole set may end up going to somebody else later once Jedi Wampa has a chance to farm a bunch of offense mods or crit damage mods with offense secondaries. But it's hard because if you're trying to go for speed, which you always are, then essentially every role that's in something other than speed can be considered like a waste. So if this had 14 speed and if this was 3 rolls into offense, that would be great. But then you would still say, well, I still wish these offense rolls were more speed. So I mean, it's just, we do the best we can with the levels that we have, with the resources that we have at the time. Cody Bowden, I love the Jedi robes you've been rocking. Have you bought a lightsaber replica? Would go well with the uniform. Well, I was talking to Mace Windu the other day. You know, he gave me the Jedi robes when we reached level 85. He said, you've been at this for a few months. You've done well. Haven't spent any money yet. You're staying on the light side, all that jazz. You get your robes. There is hope sometime in the future that I may be given a lightsaber. At this point, I'm having to focus on the non-lethal force powers because I really can't use that force choke stuff. That's dark side. So I'm going to need some kind of weapon eventually, but not yet. Level 85 gets me robes. It does not get me a lightsaber. So we'll see. We will see. William Wallace, are you excited about Star Wars Hunters? Because I'm really excited for it. At first, I wasn't excited for it, but then as I started to look into it a little bit more, I think I'm going to be getting excited about it. I think I'm going to sign up for whatever the early access thing is, if possible, and try it out, because it's always fun to have a game that isn't like super involved. You can just sit down and play a match and then move on. Those games can be a lot of fun, and why not have a game like that for Star Wars? That would be great. That would be great. Hopefully it's free to play friendly, because you know how I feel about that. Area 501st, Cody Bowden, don't you mean he has gone to Ilum to construct his lightsaber? See, I haven't. You're right, Area 501st. And you'd think, looking at me, 35 years old, should have been there by now. I'm not ready. I'm growing slow as a Jedi. It's just not, supposed to be a youngling thing, not for me. Too cold, too cold. I'm not ready. I gotta, I had to get the robes before I could even go because of how cold it was. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But this is a fantastic account. It's a SLKR rush that's focusing on the pilots in the arena team. And you see what's happening is he's able to do plenty well enough to stay in the top 1,000, even the top 500 in arena. But because he's using the pilots in his arena team, he's also able to do really well in fleet. So it's a fantastic strategy. Just like Arnold did on his strategy is what Jedi Wampa's doing here. Start with the Phoenix, go into the First Order. That gives you a light side team and a dark side team. And what can happen now is, and look, it's already happening. He's already taken Bastila Shan. Bastila Shan can take both Kanan and Ezra with Yoda and another Jedi, Ahsoka, looks like. And if you don't feel like using the utter garbage that is Phoenix, although at this level Phoenix is quite strong, if you don't feel like using the utter garbage that is Phoenix, you can put him under Bastila. Yeah, Diogi says too old to train. Duran is saying, is there a way to donate to you? I'm kind of stupid about that kind of thing. I'm very, very flattered and excited by the question. I could look into that. I really, you know how I feel about free to play. I really want to do this be as entertaining and informative for you guys as I can without asking for any kind of a money. But that'd be cool. I don't know. I'll look into that. I appreciate the question, sir. Area 501st, the rest of Padawans paid money. Yeah, I mean, if I see, the thing is, a lot of streamers that stream this game and other games, it'll be like, I need money to whale on this game. Well, I could never say that, because if you guys give me money, I'm not going to use it to whale on this game. So I don't know. I don't know. We got Slide in the chat. Oh, hey, Padawan. Didn't realize you were going to stream today, but pleasantly surprised. I'm so glad you found out about it, man. Excellent. Excellent. I still don't have a great information deployment system yet. Well, let's do one more arena battle. If I can get into the top 50, I would love to. Obviously, that Vader team isn't going to work out. See, look, this right here. I moved past it already, but I have a Relic 7 crew with the Revan team. It doesn't go with it at all, but just specifically because of the Relic 7 crew, there's a lot of teams that can't beat it. And the same with this one, Relic 6 crew. He doesn't belong with the Empire or the Sith, but it still makes it hard. This is a team that I just got roasted against. Cannot beat Padme. Oh, I forgot I need to look here too as well. I fought this team earlier and I almost won, but they've been knocked out of the top 50. Number 50 is Revan. I might have to try against one of these Revan teams. Okay, here we go. Mithron Euroto. I've beaten this guy before. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Totally understand. Haha, more of a token of appreciation. Well, thank you, sir. I do appreciate the appreciation. Area 501st. Unfortunately, YouTube channels can't make any money through YouTube in any way before 1,000 subs. You could open up a Patreon, though. You'll be at 1,000 in no time, though. I would love to be at 1,000 subs. That would be exciting. That would be exciting. Do you play other turn-based game? Asks William Wallace. I've always loved turn-based combat in games, but this is the only one that I play on like mobile. You know, I think, is it Marvel Strike Force and what's the big one? Raid Shadow Legends. I think they're both turn-based. But to be perfectly honest with you guys, the reason that I played this game instead of those other games is because of the way that the women are clothed. They're very sexualized in these other games. Superheroes in general, the women are sexualized. I'm going to attack Echo first because he's got the ability that I'm the most afraid of. We got the ability block. Excellent. Tech is the one I'm next most afraid of. And we got the ability block. Nice. And we'll go ahead and keep this moving. Try to get these ability blocks. So yeah, I don't play those games. I don't want to get too super personal with you guys, but I'll just say it. I'll just say it. I have struggled in the past with a pornography addiction, specifically triggered by video games. You know, because of how sexualized things are in video games. And let's silent strike this bad boy out of there. Get rid of that demoralize. Nice. Let's try to keep the ability block on Echo. And because of that, I try to be really careful of what kind of games I even play, because the more time you spend looking at a screen like that, the more you might get triggered, and I don't want to get triggered again. You know, I love my wife. It was devastating to her, and it was a process that went on over, honestly, several years of fighting it. But praise God, I am at this point sober, I guess you could say, and I never want to go back. I never want to go back, and I'm going to fight to try to keep that to be the case. But that was a lot more than you just asked for, William Wallace. I'm sorry, sir. But we're making quick work of this team. The Relic Wrecker may give us a problem, but hopefully we'll just be able to beat him down eventually. If we can keep him ability blocked, he will not be able to do his healing ability. Yeah, Raid can be a little sheesh, Area 501st says. Yeah, I tried Raid, and then I stopped trying Raid pretty soon after that. It seems like a really cool and beautiful game, though. I have, casting no shade on the game. I just am never going to personally promote it or try it for that reason. And there we go, top 50, baby. Top 50, a little casual top 50 before we get into this grand arena. All right. Now, in the video title, we'll just hope that the top 50 holds. In the video title, we said we were going to do Grand Arena Basics. And I don't want to be super in-depth with it. I just want to keep it basic. So let's do that. Let's look at this right here. Under rewards, you have Carbonite, Bronzium, Chromium, Erodium, and Kyber. The goal for every GAC player is to get to Kyber. Now, the best GAC players are not just concerned about getting to Kyber, they want to rank high. They want to rank very high in Kyber, which means they have to do all kinds of things to get all kinds of points to rank the highest possible in Kyber. But everybody, when they start out in Carbonite, and then you get these, what is this even called? GAC points. I don't even know what it's called. Somebody knows what it's called. Maybe it's banners. I don't know. I know it's banners inside of the fight, but this is some kind of overall points. The more of these points you get, the higher of a tier you get in. So you want to join GAC every time it comes up. You want to win as much as you can. You want to win with high banners as much as you can, so that you can hopefully get to Kyber and get those sweet rewards at the end. So that's one way. Jesselin's over here. Fulcrum. Get Fulcrum. DOG, living the good life. Yep. Jesselin is living the good life, promoting Fulcrum. All right, so we start out in Carbonite, and we're trying to get as many of these points as possible to get to Kyber. So how do you get those points? Well, the first way you get those points is in this area called feats, okay? In these feats, each of these feats have a payout of a certain amount of these things, and a lot of these feats are impossible to do, especially for a low-level player, but some of them are possible. See right here, Squad Grunt. Win 8 squad arena battles. If within the next 5 days we win 8 battles, we will get 60 of this points to help us get to Kyber, along with some of this currency which we can spend in the store. Win 6 grand arena battles in your first attempt. There we go. Within the next 5 days. So the next 5 days is going to be this whole week of Grand Arena, all 3 attack phases. If we win 6 on our first attempt, we'll get 100 of this. So some of this happens automatically, and some of it, like this right here, we can't do because we don't have 3PO and we don't have Qui-Gon, so we can't win a Grand Arena battle with these characters. So it rewards you for having a broad roster. This may be possible. We have Jedi Knight Anakin, and we have Darth Vader. Kind of, not really. We have to do this in the next 12 days. We can get this really cool icon and a bunch of that currency. So the point is, you want to look at your feats. This one requires Lord Vader, which is the new galactic legend. Obviously, we're not going to get that. You look at your feats and you say, I want to try to plan my Grand Arena attempts and attacks based on these feats to get as many of these feats as possible. And if there's any feats like Squad Grunt that happens outside of the Grand Arena, you want to make sure you at least get this, because this is something everybody can get. Julian Hernandez, how often do you guys get to Kyber? I'm usually a few points short. Well, if you're a few points short of Kyber usually, then you're doing something right. Because if you're almost to Kyber, that means that you are doing very well. Kyber can be very hard to get. Brainy says, I have the feat to win a GAC fight with Lord Vader. I'm at 1.6 million GP. Oh, you're saying you have to do that feat, or are you saying you've already claimed it somehow? Because if you've claimed it somehow, let us know. Maybe we'll try to find a way to claim it. I think the feats are everybody. Everybody has the same feats no matter what division you're in, as far as I know. Area 501st, probably every other GAC season. So Area 501st is solid in the Grand Arena if he gets Kyber every other season. That's good. CG should really be more realistic with those feats. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, Barini, because some people focus on Grand Arena more than anything else. And so they're going to build their roster to get as many of those feats as possible. Now, obviously, somebody that's got a Grand Arena focused roster probably is not going to be able to get this feat, but they'll get all the other ones. They'll get all the other ones. And the feats is one of the best ways that you can help yourself along to get to Kyber. But you can get to Kyber with completing very few feats. It's not mandatory to get to Kyber. It's just if you want to rank highly once you get there. But if you lose even one of your 12 battles, you're going to need some feats to help you get to Kyber, as far as I know. All right, so that's the idea. Try to get to Kyber in any way possible using feats partially. Brainy says, no, I can't claim it. Would be nice to already be at that stage and having Lord Vader. I just didn't know if maybe they said Lord Vader, but it also included regular Vader or something, you know, because sometimes it does that. All right, so that's how you win for the whole season. You try to get as high as you can, and even if you get to a rhodium or chromium, however high you get, you'll get a payout at the end of the month for how high you achieve. So it's always good to try to go higher. So look at this. This is the currency we need to improve. every time you win, you get 1,000 of it. So that's like the best way to get this currency, is to win. And then another way you get this currency is every fight you do, you get a certain number of banners, and those banners also add to your total score right here. So just continuing to talk about the basics here, every Grand Arena round is a group of 8 people. So this is our group of people right here. We're grouped up with 8 people, and we could actually look at each one of these people and try to make plans about them or whatever, but the idea is if we win all 3 of our battles, hopefully we'll get number 1 out of these 8 people, and that will be 1,400 currency to spend, 2 Zetas, 3 Omegas, and a bunch of mod slicing materials. So it's interesting because if you work on mods, you're going to do well in Grand Arena. And if you do well in Grand Arena, you'll get a bunch of mod slicing materials to work on more mods. So this really helps you to make your account a lot better. It won't necessarily make your account grow in GP, but it'll make the GP that you have a lot better GP. Let's see what the chat is saying. GC can't program well enough to make feats GP specific. I don't know. I'm not going to cast any shade on them because I personally am a fan of CG, and I love this game. So I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe it's just an extremely complex programming thing, or maybe they can do it. They just don't have the resources to allocate to it. Or if I'm first, you got to get feats done without letting it negatively affect your GAC match. Good point. Good point. You can't plan around the feats if it's going to make you lose, because the best way to get the points is that 1,000 for winning. 1,000 for winning. Jesselyn says, Padme do sheesh. I don't understand, Jesselyn, but I'm sure other people might understand. Area 5 first, I built my roster for GAC, so there you go. So that's why you get Kyber every other time, because you built it for GAC. Cody Bowden, it's crazy how you speak to my life. I was listening to your story driving home. I have the struggles you used to. I walked away from God years ago. Even saying Jesus loves you gives me conviction. Well, I'll tell you what, man, it's never too late to come back. It is never too late to come back. He will never look at you and say, I don't want you back. He will always be standing at you, looking at you with open arms. So, is your wife a Padawan, Knight, or Master? Area 501st. She's not a Jedi. She's not a Jedi. She is, she's more of a Padme style, mover and shaker in the political realm. And I'm hopefully someday going to be more like an Anakin style. But I guess if I'm already married, that's probably like the big hang up, right? Why I haven't become a Jedi Knight yet, because I'm married and they're not supposed to have attachment. Oh my gosh, I'm stabbing myself in the foot before I even start. No good. All right, well, let's get into this Grand Arena. We talked about some basics, how you get those points, and what we want to go for. We want to go for these points as much as we can. Let's take a look at our opponent. Okay, so when I decided what defense to set, because that's the, well, let's back up a little bit. Let's get into it. Let's look. TOG says Sith. She's not a Sith. She is not a Sith. Just a non-Force user. I guess if she was a Force user, she would be an online Force user. Okay, so when I decided what to place, interesting. Okay, so our friend does not know how to play very well, unfortunately. Unfortunately, unless this is some kind of secret Kanan lead that I know nothing about. The Phoenix squad's only leader is Hera, so you need to have her in the lead. That will make this team easier, although he does understand to put the Phoenix squad together. Okay, oh boy. So, let's talk a little bit more about Grand Arena basics. This is the holo table. This is where it all goes down. Back here are the ships, all right? And back here are the ships for them. So we know for sure that is where their ships are. And there's nothing hiding back there that will surprise us and force us to use a different team. The only question mark is what is back here, okay? We don't know what's back here, and back here is characters. We don't know which team it is. So this is the mind game of Grand Arena. you want to put a team in the front wall on the bottom that's going to force your opponent to use one of their better teams. And then you want to put something in the back that will, which I put utter garbage in the back. So this is, look at the utter garbage. Poor guys. Poor utter garbage. You guys remember that's what we named them. But you want to put somebody in the front that's going to make your opponent work for the information of what's in the back. Ideally, you put something in the front that they try to clear with one of their middle teams, and maybe they get bad banners trying to clear this team, and then whatever's in the back, they have like their best team saved for it, and they don't even need their best team anymore. There's a million mind games with the Grand Arena. A million mind games for the Grand Arena. Everybody's saying it looks like an auto deploy. You're crushing this round looking at their arena team. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. It just really all depends on how the attack phase goes. Now, just a few more basics. The attack phase, you have 24 hours, all right? We don't have to attack right at the beginning of the attack phase, but because we're doing the stream, of course, we're going to be attacking. But when we attack, you always want to attack this zone first, okay? You want to attack this zone first because this will give you the information you need to know what team you should use up here and what team you should use down here. Now, I'm not going to lie, you guys, I'm a little bit nervous because looking at this, he's got his Empire right here with a couple of extras. It might be an auto deploy. You guys might be right, but they got a Palpatine lead that contributes to his Vader and his Thrawn. And then we got all the Phoenix, so we can take a look at his account. Maybe this is an auto deploy. Maybe this is an auto deploy, but the point is you guys want to attack this zone first because this will tell you who's in the back, and then you can decide who to use on these two teams. Ideally, if you can only clear one of these zones, you want to clear the top zone because this zone is worth more. If you can get to the fleets and clear the fleets, this zone, this area is worth more. This right here is worth 150 banners to conquer it. And this back here is worth 153 banners to conquer it. So this is worth 303 banners for these two zones. And this is worth 150, and this is worth 150. So this is worth 300. So even though it's just a few more points up here, if your enemy only clears your bottom and you clear their top, you should win if you got equivalent banners. All right, here we go. Let's look at the chat. Doesn't really look like it. He may be really ignorant. He may be ignorant, but I don't want to, this channel is very beginner friendly, and I don't ever want to cast any shade on any of my opponents. It would be great if, and I will message him and say, hey, just so you know, if we figure out this is not an auto deploy, just so you know, Hera is the one you have to use as a lead for Phoenix. That could revolutionize his game. He might be struggling in Galactic War right now. He might not yet have his 50 wins because he hasn't been using Hera in the lead. That could really help him out. So instead of casting shade, let's always try to help out the people in our community rather than making fun of them. All right, Drinks has a portrait that you can only get if you have played before the Hyperdrive bundle. Do you think that will make him a more skilled player at that GP or less? Drinks, is that your opponent, William Wallace? I kind of feel like, I don't know. I would think that would make him more skilled because he's been around for a little longer. But it just depends on what kind of people he's been running with. I struggle the most against an auto deploy. Well, that's probably because you place an intelligent defense rather than just a garbage defense. My strategy this time, unfortunately, was place a garbage defense. I took my 3 worst teams out of my 6 teams and I put them on defense. This is not a good team, you guys. This is not, look at this, low stars, low levels, low gear. They have mods, but that's about it. It's 41,000. I put my weakest teams on defense because I want to make sure I have full clear. Look at this Empire team. Oh my gosh, my Vader is so slow. But here's why I placed the defenses that I did. Besides the fact that they're my weakest teams, I placed these defenses because they still do have synergy. And because, whoops, that's the enemy. because of the way that they can strip banners. Now, I know a lot of people in the chat already know about banners, but just for anybody who doesn't, when you go into a fight, you want to come out of the fight with full health and full protection. You want to have lost 0 people. You want to come out of the fight with full health and full protection. And that will give you 60 banners, all right? For every character that is missing full protection, that's 1 less banner. And for every character that's missing health, that's 1 less banner. So you can get 50 banners and still win the fight and not lose anybody, but that's not a very good score compared to like maybe 56, 58, or maybe even 60. So what I put on defense was teams that had area of effect damage, like Tarkin right here. He's got an AoE. Vader's got an AoE with the dots. Palpatine's got an AoE. This team, I don't expect any of these teams to hold. I just want them to take away banners. Newt with his lead, a lot of people sleep on this. He'll put the extortion on him and they won't cleanse it, and the extortion will start spreading everywhere. Everybody's protection will start falling down. Grievous has got an AoE, not that it's going to do much because he's gear, what, 6, 7? I don't even know. And then the Phoenix I just put back there because I don't trust them on offense at this point. They're just not ready. They're just not ready. And so for offense, I took my better teams, which is not saying much, but it is what I try to do. So anyway, here we go. The chat is going crazy. Hang on, let me see if I can go into my other screen and check on the chat. Hang on, let's hide this chat. Okay, Drinks is a potential opponent of mine. William Wallace, thank you. I'll take a look at that. Area 501st. It's so hard to fight some auto-deploy teams because I can't just whip out a counter. That's true. Area 501st, you've built teams to counter other teams. And with the auto-deploy, you don't know what you're looking at. Duran, I love the mind game I do in GAC. It has been promising me rank 1 or 2 every GAC. Really? Duran, you got to share that strategy, man. Connor Yates, auto-deploy isn't that systematic. It assigns teams by power. This is not an auto-deploy. Well, we'll look at his roster and see, because I think you're right, Connor. I think you're right. DOG, every stream I'm learning strategy. How you doing that, Padawan? Man, I've been playing the game for years, like almost since it came out. I hope that I have something to share. If I don't have anything to share, then this is pointless content. Duran, yeah, it doesn't seem like an auto-deploy as well. Otherwise, it would have been more mixed. Probably, it's a potential opponent for me. Okay. Can you show their character roster to see the order of their characters by GP? I will, Visla, I will. It may not be a good team, but those are both banner-stealing teams if the opponent isn't clearing fast enough. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, Barini. I was trying to put banner-stealing teams. DOG, undersized pays less than full health and protection. When you undersize, for each character that you neglect to bring, you have a potential of 1 additional banner. So if you bring 4 characters in, everybody leaves with full health and protection, you can get 61 banners. So undersizing is not a great way to get extra banners unless you're sure that the undersized team you're taking in is going to leave with full health and full protection. The alternative to that is that undersizing is one of the feats that you have to do to get that conquest currency, or not conquest currency, Grand Arena currency. So it might be worth it if you can get the win with an undersized, even at fewer banners. It still will give you credit toward that feat. So anyway, we got the chat still going on. Okay, Jesselyn Spell, Fulcrum. Duran, Scarface, it depends on the outcome. Yeah, good point, Duran. Slide, I'm curious how your GP compares to your opponents. My first Grand Arena felt very mismatched. Everyone had like 200k GP more than me. I'll take a look. GAC chat is hype. Duran, free-to-play Padawan, my strategy is simple. Let's pay attention, guys. Duran says this gets him first or second every time. My strategy is simple. I assign my best defense teams on bottom and crappy teams on the other territories. Then I assign my 2 best fleets on top. They can never defeat both. Wow, so you go hard in fleets, and they can't beat your fleets. Nice. So are you saying they can never defeat both fleets, or are you saying that they never clear the front zone on the bottom or your fleet zone, so they only get 1 zone? That would be, if you have an account that can do that, that would be awesome. All right, let's get back into the game here. I finally caught up on the chat, and I'm going to try to stay caught up. Let's take a look at our opponent, like you guys said, see how his GP falls. So this is an auto deploy. Yep, look at this. It's exactly like his roster. So then we know this is the team that's going to be in the back. Boba Fett lead with Rex and Bastila. Yeah, this opponent could have done good work if they had placed their teams right. And you know what? Some people just don't like playing GAC. That's fine. And it's always good to join GAC, even if you're not going to play, because he's going to get some rewards, even if he doesn't attack. But anyway, that means we got our work cut out for us. We got to fight all of his best teams. And the whole Phoenix squad is together. And then 3 of the Empire squad is together. Oh my goodness. We're in for it now. So he has, what is that? 900,000 GP? Yeah, auto deployed. Absolutely. Absolutely. He has 900,000 GP, and we have, what do we have? Hang on. We have 672,000. So we are outmatched a good bit. See, what I was going to do, guys, is I was going to put my Geonosians on defense, because I knew he didn't even have one team that would beat my Geonosians. And boy, am I glad that I didn't do that, because they would have been wasted, because it doesn't even look like he's going to attack. Oh, wow, that's a strategic auto-deploy. You're right, Connor. It's like build your account so that it auto-deploys intelligently. Yeah. Teams to take Malevolence or vice versa. Okay, I'd assign both Malevolence and Negotiator, and then Galactic Legend on bottom, one with other massive defensive teams. They usually take more than one battle against Negotiator, so they lose banners, and then not enough teams to take Malevolence or vice versa. My bottom team is usually untouched unless they have more than one GL. Wow, dude. Wow. So then you what? You clear 2 zones? Is that what you try to do? You just try to clear 2 zones and you win? All right, it's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Let's get into this. Slide says, Boba's leadership is generic and all-purpose enough to be the back team will be difficult too. You're right. I don't think we're getting a full clear. So, we don't even need to do this team first, because we know what's back there. So let's get into this Phoenix squad first. Now, he has the Zeta on Kanan. Now, the Zeta on Kanan, the Zeta on Kanan can be troublesome. If you want to check out their characters, you can just click and hold on the character in the Grand Arena. And let's see what the Kanan Zeta is. It's total defense. He dispels all debuffs on Phoenix allies and grants them defense up for 3 turns. So instead of just dispelling himself, he dispels on everybody. And then he grants himself and target ally foresight and protection up for 2 turns. When each of these foresights expire, Kanan gains 100% turn meter, and other Phoenix allies gain. Wow, so this is a good Zeta. If you're gonna Zeta any of the Phoenix, this is the one. Total defense. Duran, yeah, I usually clear 2 zones and I win. Yep. Fulcrum eats buffs and stores them. So overpowered. Jesslyn is still preaching the gospel of Fulcrum. All right, so let's see what we have to work with. All right, let's see what we have to work with. We have to kill this Phoenix team. We have our Geos. We have our Jedi, and we have our bounty hunters. So here's what I'm thinking. Our bounty hunters are so garbage, and then we've got some real garbage behind that. So this is what I'm thinking. We got to kill... Oh, man, this Phoenix team is thick. I'm really glad that Hera's not in the lead, because, ooh, man, we would struggle. We would have to use our Geos here. What's going on over here? Let's check some speeds on the Empire team. When you're fighting an enemy team, you want to make sure you know who's going to go first, you or them. Alright, so, he's got speed mods, but they're not leveled up. Let's see what his speed is. 128, okay. Alright, so 128 speed is very slow. So I'm thinking we might even be able to beat this team with our Jedi. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do, you guys. 179 speed there. Our Jedi are garbage. All of our teams feel like garbage against them, but then again, they have a lot more GP than us, and this is their 3 best teams. So we're going to try the Jedi here. If the Jedi fail here, then we are going to just kill this team with the Geos, because I know for sure that will work, and then we'll go for the fleets, all right? So that's the plan. If the Jedi win here, we'll try the bounty hunters in the back. All right, let's do this. We're going in with our Jedi. Let's just check the speeds on some of these other characters. He's got level 1 mods on everybody. That's interesting. He's experiencing the credit crunch just like the rest of us. And old Ben, you're not going to go crazy fast on me, are you? No, 128. Okay. So we're going to go in with this team. We're going to take our protection up. We've got the Grand Arena tab right here. We got the Bronze Beauties. All right. We're probably going to use those on the Phoenix. We got protection up. Level 64, you guys. This team isn't ready. But here we go. Ready or not, here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. Let's see what other people are saying. Maybe they got a better idea. Duran says he would say Geo's top, Jedi bottom, and bounty hunters on bottom 2. That's kind of what I'm thinking, Duran. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Your Jedi will each give Vader 8 more speed. Good point. So I need to do that math again. Good point. Thank you for reminding me. And Obi-Wan will give him 16 more speed because he's a rebel and a Jedi. So I need to do that math. Jesselyn says try Fulcrum. Jesselyn, if I took Fulcrum off the bench and put her into the fight, she would beat all 3 teams and the fleets by herself. So I can't do that. It wouldn't be fair. It just wouldn't be fair. Yeah, so let's take a look at that Vader again. So we're about to give him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 8 is 40 plus 8 more, 48 extra speed. Thank you for reminding me about that slide. Yeah, let's so we're gonna give him 48 speed. We're still gonna be okay, I think. I guess I should check my own speeds because I really don't know what my speeds are. That's a key part of it. So 48 plus 28, that'll bring him to 60, 76, 176. All right. So this no escape ability, just so you guys know. Oh wait, I completely forgot about adding his own empire into it too. Okay, so he's gonna be higher than 178. I'm glad we looked at this. Vader gains 8 speed for every Empire ally, Sith ally, Jedi enemy, Rebel enemy. Okay, so he gets 48 speed from us. He gets 16 speed for himself, 16 speed for Palpatine, and 8 speed for Thrawn. So what is that? Oh my gosh, I should have got a calculator out. It's a lot of speed. It's 32. So 176 plus 32, he's over 200 now, 208. And like 216. So he's going to be somewhere around 216. Yeah, Jesselyn agrees that it just wouldn't be fair. Andrew the ARC Trooper, holy moly, we got Andrew in the chat also. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, what's up, ARC Trooper? Good to see you. All right, so we're looking at like a 208 speed Vader. So because Slide reminded us of that, I just want to take this chance to remind you guys that this is the way that Vader can get out of hand very quickly. He can get out of hand very quickly. All right. So what is the speed on our Yoda? Our Yoda speed is... Okay, so we got 247 on Yoda. We will outspeed him with Yoda, no problem. What about Bastila? Bastila is one. Okay, Bastila will not outspeed him. And what about Old Ben? Old Ben, not even close. All right, so that means that with Yoda, we need to start with the tenacity up, because Yoda's going to go, and then the enemy team is going to start going, and the tenacity up will hopefully keep our team around still. Yeah, the Wednesday stream is a win. Well, let's just see if we can make this GAC a win. Oh my goodness, you guys. Here we go. Okay, so Yoda's gonna go first, and then Vader's gonna go. So we're gonna start with the tenacity up. Now remember, you guys, another thing that I forgot about until just now is that Emperor Palpatine... Basila's going for some reason. I did that math wrong. Palpatine has a passive ability that Jedi take damage every time they take a turn. So you see we've already lost some health here. That's because of Palpatine. So we actually need to try to get Palpatine out of here before we lose everything just from taking our own turns. So let's get some ability blocks out there. Let's see if we can take Palpatine out. This should take him out. All right, so now we're going to stop losing protection. One of the best things about Bastila Shan's team in Grand Arena is that as long as you still have the purple protection when you quit, when you win the fight, it counts as full protection. So we're going to use Yoda's basic to give Yoda some turn meter. We could use his hit everybody ability, but we're going to use that right now actually. Hit everybody, and then he'll be able to get another turn. Basic. Alright, we're going to... Vader is ability block, so we're not worried about him. Let's see if we can get an ability block on Thrawn. Yes. So far, so good, you guys. This is looking good. Whoops, I meant to do that on Vader. Misclick. Let's kill Vader. Now we got to get Thrawn out of here. Still have max protection. Let's spread these buffs and this foresight and tenacity up. Now I'm tempted to put it on auto because I'm lazy, but it's always smart in Grand Arena to avoid the auto button, because it's not just about winning, it's about winning with as many banners as possible. So you want to, as long as you got time, which 5 minutes feels like a short time, but you always have more time than you think you do. Let's take those buffs off of 5s. All right, let's see if we can get 5s out in one big hit. Yes! All right, so that should be our first win. 60 banners. That went very well. So let's take a look at these banners. We got 15 banners for the victory, all right? It doesn't matter how many times you try it, you will get 15 banners for the victory. Then we get a certain amount of bonus banners for it being the first attempt, okay? We got it in the first shot, 30 banners. If we got it in the second shot, this would go down to 20 banners, I think. And then, so here we go. We get 1 banner for each surviving unit, which is why if you bring in an undersized team, you actually get an additional banner. You get 2 banners for having an empty slot. So you get 1 banner for them surviving. You get 2 banners for an empty slot, so it only goes up by 1 total point. And then full health, full protection, there we go. So that's the maximum banners if you bring in a full squad. We yeeted him out. We yeeted him out. Protect Sean up for the win and 100,000 credits for our trouble. I love it. I love it. Let's keep this momentum going. Basilisk Sean lead gives Jedi allies 15% turn meter at the start of the battle. Oh my gosh, Slide, you're thinking of everything. I don't know why I'm so stupid right now. You're absolutely right, Slide. That is why we went first, because Basilisk Sean's lead. Let's take a look at that. I forgot that that happened, even if you didn't have the Zeta. All right, let's take a look at that. Basilisk Sean, there she is. Her lead, which we do not have Zeta. We do not even have it max level. Yep, they get it. They get it. They get it early. Early in her lead. 15% turn meter and protection up at the start of battle. So she's fantastic for Grand Arena. She is. She's great. So the first fight is a win. All right, let's get back into this Grand Arena. Let's get back in here. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to get any of our undersizes, although we might try to undersize 4 turns, and then he's going to use his ability. Uh-oh, did we just lose the stream? Let's check. We're still on stream, I think. Okay. Looks like we're still here. Sorry about that, guys. Looks like we're still here. All right. So he is going to do this ability after 4 turns. Oh, update in 7 minutes. Okay. Well then, I don't think we're going to get the full Grand Arena done by then. Maybe we'll do this battle and then we'll hop in and do a fleet battle, because we got to do a fleet battle. We're during our fleet climb time. But Rex's aerial advantage is not going to be a huge issue because he doesn't have any clone troopers on the team that's going to buff this damage. So we do want to kill him, but he's not the biggest threat. The biggest threat is probably Boba Fett or Basilisk Shan, who's still going to give her bonuses to the team, even though she's not in the lead and none of them are Jedi. She will still be giving this legendary battle meditation because it's all other allies gain 2% turn meter at the start of her turn and legendary battle meditation. So the whole team will be getting counter chance and potency just because she's alive. So we're going to want to kill her early. We're going to want to kill Boba Fett twice early, and we're going to want to kill Rex, and we want to try to do all this with a team that is just not strong enough to do it. But we're going to get in there and try. All right, so the question is, should we bring in Chum Bucket in its current state. All right. This team, based on Django's lead, our team is going to have 20 extra speed, and enemies are going to have minus tenacity. And enemies that are suffering from burning cannot gain bonus turn meters, so that'll be good. And then we have a contract to damage a debuffed enemy 20 times. We could do that, or we could kick Han Solo out, and we could bring in a very low star Bosk. His leader ability is that we gain max protection and tenacity, and we all gain 100% defense while we're at full health. And then for this contract, we have to damage the weakest enemy 10 times. I'm feeling more comfortable with this. This is what I want to do. Even though we're not bringing in Han Solo. Okay, Cody Bowden, you play and strategize like a boss. Characters and gameplay. I try to play harder now sometimes because I think something's unbeatable, and I try anyways and I can win sometimes. Cody Bowden, you can win, and I really appreciate the kind words, and I want to show you guys that it's a lot more about the strategy and knowing the kits more than it is about what the power is of your team versus theirs. So I think we're going to try this Bosk lead. This is going to be one of my next Zetas because I love Bosk. I love his character. We do not have the health and protection regen on this team yet. That comes with his Zeta. Andrew the Arc Trooper says Bosk lead. I'm feeling Bosk lead. Let's get in here and do it. Let's get in here and do it. We got the update coming in like 4 minutes, so I don't even think we have the full 5 minutes for this fight. All right, so the first thing we're going to do with Bosk is we're going to taunt. He gets Frenzy. The next time anybody on the team does any special ability, he gets immediately another turn. So we're going to do the burn with Django. Ooh, we got a lot of burn out there. And then see Bosk gets an immediate turn. We're going to go after the weakest person because that's how we activate our contract. Let's continue to attack the weakest person. I said who we wanted to attack first, but then I realized since we're using Bosk lead, we pretty much have to attack the weakest person. All right, so that extra defense really helped us. This is not going to be a good banner win. This is not going to be a good banner win. Hopefully it's a win at all. Let's take those buffs off with Cad Bane's stun. Oh, that was stupid. I did a AoE to try to get ability blocks, but they have tenacity up. All right, so I'm going to leave Bastel alone. We're going to go after Boba Fett. We got to kill him twice. We're doing some baby damage here, you guys. Baby damage. All right, there's one kill. Cad Bane gets the accuracy down. Boba Fett with the big rocket. Come on, baby. Oh, not enough. All right, another taunt from Bosk. We have our contract activated. We have plus 50 speed, so now we are boogieing. We are boogieing. Let's, we want to wait to attack her until we can get that defense up off of her. This is looking good, you guys. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Let's stun her. We got it. We got it. Is there anything we can do to recover banners? This might do less damage to her. We want to try to get Django a turn. Will he recover any health? No, not enough. All right, so that's all right. 56 banners. Not a clean win, but a win. And I didn't think we were going to be able to beat that team. Nice. Full health units 4, full protection. Ooh, there were actually 2 that were full protection. I did not expect that. And another 100,000 credits. That might be the most exciting thing about this Great Arena so far. You guys, we are kicking butt over here. We are kicking butt over here. Now, we have an update apparently coming in just a few minutes. I don't want to start another fight, but we have the Geos left, so we know we're gonna have that one in the bag. Hey, Andrew the Arc Trooper, we held that top 50 in the squad arena. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see, can we rock a ship battle before this update happens? Let's just, Roger, I feel so bad. I keep doing this to you. I say we try to go around each other if we can, and then I never have time. This is risky, because it shows me only 1 more minute until 6:15, and I'm guessing 6:15 is when the update happens. Ooh, his ship's going first. Way to go. He's been putting some work into his Tarkin. Let's hope that doesn't screw us. All right, we want to get all in on Geo Soldier. Yes, there he goes. As we continue to work on our Geo fleet and we're facing tougher Geo fleets, we're going to switch our focus from trying to kill Sunfac first to trying to kill Soldier first. If we have a window of opportunity, we want to knock that Soldier out. because Soldier with those assists is just devastating. Just devastating. All right, we're going to see if we can put the... Well, no, we're just going to do a basic. Okay, excellent. They're both taking a turn, which means the Buzz Droids go to 3 on both of them. All right, let's see if we can end this quickly. There we go. Hopefully that's before the update and that counts. Julia Hernandez, bad part of opponent placing just one team is that you miss the opportunity of earning credits and working on GAC feats. That's right, Julian. And see, that's the thing. If you place nothing, if you place 0 things on defense, then an auto deploy happens, right? That's what we're seeing in our screen is an auto deploy. But if they place one team and nothing else, then you automatically get max points for all of those zones. But you can't work on your feats, and you don't get those credits. So that's very unfortunate. I'm sorry, Julian. I'm sorry. It's just not fair. It is just not fair. All right, we got another mod slicing mission. Until it kicks us out, I guess let's just spend some energy. I haven't done my refreshes. I know. Oh, there we go. I know this is mid GAC. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to kill some time while we're waiting for this update to happen. Cody Bowden. Okay. Since you've played the game from the start, how did you react to ships being introduced? I loved when ships were introduced. They had been talking about a new game mode for a while, and I was very excited about it. I've liked them ever since. However, when ships first came out, they had fleet battles and they had normal battles, but you had to use your normal energy. This right here, you had to use your normal energy to do the fleet battles. So it wasn't like they didn't have fleet currency, and at that time they didn't have mod energy either. They didn't have fleet energy or mod energy. You had to spend your cantina energy on mods, and you had to spend your regular energy on fleets. So it really felt like in the midst of all the other things that were going on, now it was another thing that was trying to take our energy from us, and that was a bit frustrating. And then I actually put the game down for a few months, and I couldn't take it. I had to come back. And when I came back, both of these new energy types were here. I'm like, oh man, this is awesome. So this way that we're playing right now is fantastic with extra types of energy. Andrew the Art Trooper, I just got it. I don't know what it did though. But let's just quickly spend our energy so that I don't forget to do that. Let's just do it this way. We'll just buy everything. 3 refreshes of everything, because we got it like that. We don't want to spend more than 3 refreshes. I think the weekly updates just push the promotion pop-ups. Well, yeah, you might be right. Alright, so on our farms, just as a reminder, I apologize once again, this is mid-Grand Arena, just bear with me. We farm the Hyena Bomber, and then we go in here to our squads and our current farms. We are farming the Vulture Droid. Find it, Duke. Alright, there we go. No Vulture Droid today. It happens. So you guys have been seeing that Monday, Thursday RNG. You haven't got that Wednesday RNG yet. This is that Wednesday RNG today. Cody Bowden. Oof, glad they have fixed all of that. Wow, I started with 1 character shards per drop. I love that they doubled it. Yeah, it's been fantastic since they doubled the drops for character shards. 2 ships, that's good. It's okay that we didn't get any characters, because any of the Droideka shards, because we'll definitely have him maxed out before we get that ship done. We're going for the Houndstooth and Django. Very nice. 6 and 2. And you know we're going for our boy Bosk. And you guys just saw why. He doesn't even have his Zeta yet. And we've already done 4 battles for him, so we only have 1 left. Alright, we'll spend the rest of that energy momentarily. In the Cantina battles, we are going for Plo Koon's ship along with the Spirit. We're going to stop farming this node once we get Spirit maxed out, and we're going to get the rest of Plo Koon's ship from the stores. So once we get Spirit to 330, we're going to stop farming this node and finish the ship in the other stores for our mod battles. Looking at my mods, you guys, I really want to get back into farming regular mods. I just don't have the credits right now. I just do not have the credits right now. So until I get the credits again, I'm going to be farming these mod slicing materials because you can never, ever have enough of those. Never, ever. All right, we've done these, right? Yes. We're spending our fleet energy. Here we are farming Anakin first. We farmed him for the day. We are farming Boba Fett. His ship, rather. We are farming this ship right here, the Umbaran Starfighter. And we're farming Vader's ship. Vader's ship's coming along nicely because we're also buying it in the store, and some of it comes from achievements. No shards today, but look, we've already gotten to 4 stars. It's got enough for 5 stars already, so it's coming along nicely. Andrew, the ARC Trooper's got to go. Good luck in GAC. I'll watch the rest of the stream back later. Great to see you, Andrew. Glad you made it to the stream. Thank you for giving our boy 501st a little break. You know, sometimes he's got to go take care of his thing. Send in Andrew to come take care of business. So thank you for giving us that shout out, sir. Thank you. All right, we're putting all of our energy into the Geonosian Spy. We are farming this piece of gear from the regular energy, I believe. Yes. Trying to get our first relic, you guys. We're looking at Spy. We're looking at Spy hard. There's enough for that piece. Does that mean we can put it on? No. We need more of the secondary piece. Where do we get this? Okay, see this? We need to beat Fleet 5E normal in order to push further in fleets. I think on Monday we're gonna, not Monday. We don't stream on Mondays anymore. We'll figure out a time. We're gonna push for this pretty soon. We gotta push for this pretty soon. GOG says, are those two related? Yes, Area 501st is a YouTuber, and like Arnold, he has somebody that he has on the stream with him. Arnold's got Gary. Area 501st has got Andrew the ARC Trooper. He is a fantastic addition to the videos when he does them, and apparently sometimes he takes over the YouTube and makes comments and stuff. So that's cool. And look, see, I need to farm these with my energy, but that's also in the high fleet battles. So we're gonna have to try again on those fleet battles very soon because we're getting to where we need it. But there are a couple pieces we can farm with the fleet battles we've already unlocked. So let's put our fleet energy into this. Uh-oh. We got some lag. All right. Now, all of this endgame gear, you can get a lot of this, rather, from stores. See, here it is in the shard shop, right here, 4 of it for $7.20. But most of the time, and I was listening to Darth Loquitur. I don't know if anybody here watches Darth Loquitur. I find his information to be incredibly helpful. He was saying on a stream today that when you're looking at this gold gear in the shard store, you got to keep in mind that the nodes where you can farm the gold gear from had the gold gear added to them in addition to the other things that were on those nodes. And so it's basically like a bonus. It's like a bonus, like 3C. I know he likes 3C. It's like a bonus thing on the node. So this node used to have this piece of gear, this piece of gear, this piece of gear, and these other things. And then they added this piece of gear to it, right here. So you still get everything you used to get, but you also get the gold gear. So he's a big fan of the gold gear in the shard shop should be farmed with energy, and the purple gear in the shard shop is what you should be buying specifically from here. So he says all this gold gear in the shard shop, farm all that with energy, but this stuff right here is what you want to buy with the shard shop currency. But I mean, obviously you guys could buy whatever you want, but I thought that makes sense. I'm gonna try that. So there we go. We spent our energy, and let's check on our fleets. We're gonna do one more fleet battle, and then we're gonna hop back into this grand arena. And I don't mean to stretch out the grand arena the whole stream, you guys. Although Surely you understand I couldn't attack during that update because we don't want it to cut out on us. We're doing too well. We don't want to mess up now with a DC. That would really hurt to bring our Geos in there and get a disconnect. Bye Sunback. Nice. Oh man, it's making me nervous, you guys. It's all laggy. It's making me nervous to go back into that Grand Arena. I mean, we're definitely going to, but making me nervous. All right, Barini says, yes, Darth Loquitur has always a lot of information in his weekly updates. I also watched his 50 minutes of weekly gear farming. He is so efficient and focused on his sea journey. He absolutely is, and he's an engineer. And he thinks of this game like an engineer thinks, with efficiency and waste and streamlining things. And I find a lot of that information to be incredibly helpful. He doesn't. You can tell that he's having fun in the game too. You can tell that he's having fun in the game, but he doesn't have as much emotion as somebody like Arnold does, but his information is amazing, and you can tell he has fun. I love listening to his streams. I love Darth Loquitur. All right, so that's Fleet Arena. Let's get in here and do this. Grand Arena, let's finish this bad boy up. So, what do you think, guys? Do you think we should try to undersize this? I don't think that there's a fear of losing the fight, even if we undersize. But it's possible that we might time out. And if we undersize, who should we leave out? Let's brainstorm this together. You guys let me know what you think in the chat. Let's go ahead and select our bronze beauties, and we'll talk about what each bronze beauty brings to the table. We got dispels here with Sunfag. A dispel is very important for both of the taunts that are in the Phoenix squad. Alternatively, we could just kill them while they're taunting, because the Geos have the potential to do that. But let's just say for now, I want to leave in the dispel so that we can avoid the, get around the taunts. Geonosian Soldier gives Spy turn meter, and he's also one of our damage dealers. Spy, obviously we want to keep Spy in. And then you have Poggle. Poggle's a cleanse, which we don't really need a cleanse against the Phoenix, I don't think. He also has an ability block, which I don't really think we need either. So I'm kind of thinking we can get away without the ability block and the cleanse. I think we leave Poggle out. I'm going to wait for a moment to see what you guys think in the chat. Because I think this is an opportunity for us to get one of our undersizes that we need. Because we need, don't forget you guys, I'm thinking about leaving Poggle out. Maybe somebody has some other suggestions in the chat. Let's take a look at our feats. We need, how many undersizes? Okay, this is just one. This is just one undersize to get this one. I think that gets higher as okay, this is 5. Here we go. We got to win 5 Grand Arena battles with the undersized squad during the whole month. This is 1 of 3. So it goes up from 5. So it'll be 5, and then it'll go to 2 of 3, and then it'll be, I don't know, 6 or 8 or 10. I don't know. The point is we have to get a lot of undersized wins. And if we have a chance to get one, we should take it. So I'm kind of feeling that. Not getting any response in the chat, so I think I'm going to go for it. Let's get in here and give it a try, you guys. I'm not sure about that Kane and Zeta. Let's put the bronze beauties in. Whoops. Take Poggle out. Let's do it. Oh, I already started it. Duran saying something in the chat. I would leave Sunfac out instead of Poggle. Poggle is needed for ability block. Helps you control the fight better. Well, you're probably right. I probably should have done that. But it's done now. I'm sorry. Let's see if we can go ahead and yeet her out of here right now. Yeah, there you go, Spy. There goes the revives. All right, let's go ahead and start working on Chopper. Because when Chopper goes, the ability to... Every time we hit these guys, they get a little bit of bonus protection. And then we have to break through the bonus protection. And then they get a little more bonus protection, and then they have to break through that. So we're doing a lot less damage because Chopper is around. So if we can get Chopper out of here, then we'll be able to... Oh, Spy's going to get all the kills. There we go. Wow, 86,000. Now that Chopper's out, we should be able to do a lot more significant damage to the team. Wow! Wow! See if we can take some turn meter away from these bad boys. I want to go ahead and go for Kanan next because the biggest possibility for us to lose banners on this fight is Kanan's counterattack. So if we can eat the counterattack while we still have a character left to regenerate protection on, because the Geos regenerate health and protection every time they attack on a turn, right? Don't they? I guess we need to look at that. I think we're going to have to get this guy out with Spy as well. But once Kanan is gone, let's see if we can get him out with Spy. Here we go. Yeah, oh, 161,000. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? Okay, so this means that now we need to use Brood Alpha's heal ability just to get ourselves all topped off before we do the dirty and finish off Zeb. Yes, look at that. So there we go, 61 banners. So just quickly, let's look at why that worked. Okay, so I was wrong. Unused slots gives you 4 banners. So forgive me, I misspoke before. We have 4 surviving units. All of them have full health and protection. We got 4 banners for not bringing somebody in. So normally somebody being there is 1, health is 1, protection is 1, so that's 3. So being in the battle contributes 3 banners, and then it actually gives us 4 if we have an unused slot. So 61 banners, our first undersized win. 1 for the ooh, that was part of one of those challenges. Nice. That was one of those prestigious quests that I told you guys about a couple streams ago. It was a Grand Arena based quest. I guess it was an undersized, and this is going to be his best fleet. This is going to be his best fleet, which is good for us because it doesn't look that hard. We're going to bring in our 3 Geos and the Vulture Droid, and that's it. No more. No more, because honestly, if you guys look, we have no more to bring in. We put everything else on defense. So here we go. This is all we have. And this should count as another undersize. This should count as another undersize, you guys. So this will be 2 undersizes out of the 4 fights. That'll be pretty good. That'll be a good start to this Grand Arena season, you guys. Oh, man, I love it. All right, we want to solo focus fire the Phantom. All right, let's see if we can get a stun on the Phantom. No stun. I don't think we need to waste the mass assist. I think this will take her out. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. DOG says, crushing it. Good GAC. Thank you, sir. It does. It feels like it's over, doesn't it? It feels like it's over. Oh, no. Look at that banner stealing. That's the banner stealing. See, this is actually a good reason to bring even a low-level Plo in the reinforcements, because Plo Koon couldn't do anything for this guy right here, but he could bring these 2 up to max banners, I think. I think he could. So, come on, get him out before he gets a reinforcement. No, Cheslin says, Fulcrum! All right, good dodge. Let's go ahead and take him out with the big hit. No need to play around. 1 more hit should do it. And there, oh no, the dodge. Let's get some turn meter. There we go. That should do it. That should do it. All right. First JAC, first full clear, what a start. And 62 banners, which isn't the same. Fleets is calculated differently, but still above 60 in fleets is good. It's a good happy time. Only 90,000 credits. Oh, I'm getting entitled. All right, look at this. It gave us 10 of these. 10 of those. Nice. That's for that prestigious quest, you guys. Start those prestigious quests if you haven't already. Let me show you. I love this. I love this. And hopefully he will not attack. But even if he does, he doesn't have much left because all of his best stuff was on defense. All of his best stuff was on defense. So take a look at this. Prestigious quests. Grand Arena right here. Apparently we completed part 1 of 3. Why won't it let me look at it? I don't know why it won't let me look at it. Oh, it's showing here. It's showing here. It's showing here. All right, so this is showing for Grand Arena Contender Part 2 of 3. We have to win 3 battles on offense with a tank in our squad, win 3 battles with a support in our squad, and play 3 rounds. So these things are just happening automatically. Look at this. Stun enemies. This is for the Tactical Genius as well. Stun, Dispel, Gain Retribution. And these rewards are sick. 5 Zetas. You guys, if you haven't started this prestigious quest, Go in there and click on the Grand Arena. It's worth it. It's worth it. All right, man. We got our first full clear Grand Arena. Let's see what that does for our points. There we go. So we're still not into Bronzium yet. When we get the win, which we should get the win for this one. That still won't put us in Bronzium yet. It'll give us 1,000 points. But all in all, a great start, you guys. Hopefully that was helpful. Let's go ahead and claim this feat. Win a Grand Arena battle with an undersized squad. That'll give us 70 of those points. Increase our overall right there. Championship score. That's what it's called. That is what it's called, you guys. Well, this gives us enough time to do another roster review before the fleet payout. We also are going to just take a stab at the big boy. We can't beat this guy when he's got his first order fleet in place. We haven't been able to beat him yet, but if we keep working on this fleet, we will be able to beat it eventually. So if we've got battles to do, why not beat our head up against the wall and see if we can learn something? We have fully relicked pieces. I think his crew is relic 7. I think his Bosk is relicked as well. Let's see about this Bosk. It doesn't. Oh yeah, it doesn't say. It doesn't say, but I think all these bad boys are relicked. So just so you guys know, if you've never fought the First Order fleet before, this is the special ability of the capital ship. It's Hunted. They deal 75% less damage with out-of-turn attacks, and they cannot gain bonus turn meters. So the computer selected the right one. The computer put it on Soldier. So, because it knows that Soldier attacks out of turn. This ability is really good to put on the Millennium Falcon in the Rebel fleet, because the Millennium Falcon assists a lot. So this is not like a transcendent ability, but just so you guys know what it does. We are going to try to put the tenacity down on Bosk, because he's going to use his special, not his basic. So his basic will cleanse this, but his special will not. Let's go ahead and get some damage on our boy Crew. Ooh, that's big damage. That's big damage right there. All right, we're going to save the assist. His Bosk is so thick that we're not going to do enough damage to outpace his healing unless we land this ability right here. Okay, so what happened there, oh, the tenacity down is gone. Doggone it. So what happened there is this ship right here, whenever somebody comes in, he takes away some of their turn meter. So we came in, we were about to use our move, but then we lost turn meter because of his ability. And so that sucks. That sucks. We are actually we're just going to attack Bosk instead of taking the counter. All right, we're still going to try to put this on him. Didn't stick, but we're whittling him down a little bit. That's a nice AoE right there. Yeah, of course, Crew's going to start wrecking fools now. Let's get some offense, you guys. We got to get through this Bosk. Mass assist. There goes Bosk. Good. Now we got to kill this Crew. Ooh, you guys, this is the best we've ever done. Oh no, that's a strong ability. Here comes the Hunted. It does a bunch of damage. Somebody's dying. All right. That's unfortunate because that's the one that was giving us the extra assists. Man, he's got all these guys and they're all high. I'm happy with what we did though. I'm happy with what we did. And it's not over yet. It's not over till the fat lady sings, and she ain't singing nothing yet. Let's get some turn meter. We're going after Boba Fett before he does another. Oh my gosh, you guys. If we get the ultimate, we win. Dodged. Still alive. Big hit. Oh my gosh, you guys. We did it! We didn't even use our ultimate! Oh my goodness gracious! We just beat the guy who was #1 with his relic fleet with our little GOT. Let's take a look at this fleet, you guys. Look what we just beat. We're at relic 7 Crew. Relic 7 Crew. Let's look at this Bosk. Relic 3. That's why we were able to get through him, because he was only relic 3. But relic 3 is good. And then these guys, yeah, 7, 5. This guy's already, he must already have SLKR. Man, we did it. I'm happy about that. I've never done that before. All right, we got Leah in the chat. I think Crew ramps up damage when he is hit, so don't attack him unless you can kill him. Good point. When you are fighting this team, if you can try to only hit Crew with big hits, that's better. That is better. Man, you guys, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. We earned that first place. We haven't even got it yet. Let's get in here and do a roster review. Everything's coming up Padawan tonight, you guys. What a nice fleet battle. I'll tell you what that was. RNG. That was RNG in our favor the whole time. We got some clutch dodges. We got some. They didn't get crits when they should have. We don't win against that fleet. We don't win against that fleet. But that's just like what Cody was saying earlier. I'm pretty sure it was Cody. He was saying sometimes I try now when I didn't used to try, and sometimes I win. And that right there is an example. We tried when we didn't used to try, and we got a W on that one. All right, let's check this one out. We got Barini. We got Barini's main account right here. Holy moly, look at this. He's rank 1. He's just like us. Hot dog, man. Look at that. Let's see what he's using for that. That's the thing I'm most interested in. But look at this too, rank 77. Barini is killing it with his Revan account. Thanks for the congratulations, you guys. Man, that was fun. All right, he's already got a 6-star Houndstooth. Look at that. And he's got his TIE Silencer with his Relic crew. All right, so let's remember what he said. He said it was an SLKR rush, that he picked up too many teams along the way. Well, I can tell you right now that if you are doing this well in Arena and this well in Fleet, you're doing nothing wrong. You're doing fantastic. You're doing awesome. I'm really impressed that this is first place with a Boba Fett in the starting lineup. Is that because Boba Fett's ship is better now after the rework? Or are you simply just leaning really heavily on this TIE Silencer Houndstooth combo? Because to be honest, I'm not seeing a lot of other superpower in here. But that TIE Silencer Houndstooth combo, I guess if Slave 1 survives long enough, because Houndstooth protects him, he gets his seismic charge ability, which damages everybody, plus bonus damage equal to 30% of their maximum health. It ignores armor and protection. This is a very strong ability. I'm guessing that's why he has him in the starting lineup, so he can get that cooldown going more quickly. But these are some great ships. You got a great fleet. You're already working on all the ships that you need for the finalizer. You got the Slave 1. You're working on the TIE Advance, the Houndstooth, the Silencer, the First Order TIE Fighter. You got that done. What else do you need for it? You don't need the Special Forces TIE for the finalizer. I remember that. You don't need the IG-2000 either, but you do need the Xanadu Blood, which you are working on. And what else? I'm forgetting. You need a 7-star ship of some kind, and you're obviously working on the Executrix, which is awesome. I have him there to soak up the initial damage, and if he is reinforcement, he has a taunt and gets killed right away. So you're using him because he's one of your best ships, and if you put him in the reinforcement, he just dies immediately. So you have him in the starting lineup. Okay. Yeah, Slave 1. Gotcha. I'm tracking with you, Barini. That makes perfect sense. And what I said also may happen too sometimes. If he's there at the beginning, his cooldowns will reach the seismic charge faster if he survives that long. If Bosk's taunt can stay alive. Do you bring Xanadu Blood in as a reinforcement? Because he's a mean reinforcement under Tarkin especially, and he helps Bosk keep that taunt. I bet you're using Xanadu Blood in there too. I bet you are probably Ahsoka Tano also. Good stuff, man. Oh, I didn't even see that the chat was blocking this one. I'm sorry, I didn't even see. This is a fantastic ship. So what is his reinforcement? I don't even know. So he doesn't do this ability unless he comes in as a reinforcement, which is why on the finalizer, he's a starting lineup, but you can't have him in the starting lineup under anybody else, because under the finalizer, the ships have their reinforcement abilities, the ones that are already on the field have their reinforcement abilities activated. at the beginning of battle. It may be only if they're first order. Forgive me, I'm not sure. But so you definitely bring in the command shuttle as well. So you got a very solid fleet. Very solid fleet, as obviously represented here. And your squad arena is looking thick too. 77, very nice. Very nice. Let's see what these extra teams that you picked up that are so bad. Let's see what they are, because I got a feeling they're not as bad as you're saying that they are. So we have First Order. Obviously, you got to have them for SLKR. Very solid. Already making great progress on the relic requirements for SLKR. Excellent. Vader. You're never going to go wrong with Vader. Bosk. You got to have him for the ship. You got to have him for the finalizer. And you might as well, if you have Bosk, you might as well build a bounty hunter team around him, right? I mean, Vader, you got to have his ship for the finalizer. And if you got Vader, you might as well build an Empire team around him. You got Palpatine because you have the Phoenix. So the Phoenix got you Palpatine and Thrawn. So there you go, the core of your Empire team right there. This is looking very efficient so far. All right, so Barini's saying the reinforcements are Vader, Kylo Shuttle, First Order TIE, because those pilots are better developed. Yeah, DOG saying very well-rounded SLKR focus. I totally agree. I totally agree. Just got a business. I don't know what that means, DOG. Just got a business. Maybe he means, maybe I'm reading it wrong. Just good business. Okay, just good business. Yeah. I agree. So, we have an Empire team. We have, I'm assuming, a bounty hunter team. Let's take a look. Bounty hunters. Yeah, fantastic. Greedo. Okay, so this is a hyperdrive. I'm just now picking up on that. This is a hyperdrive account. Hyperdrive is some of the best money you're ever going to spend in this game, and you're never going to hear me cast any shade on anybody who spends money on this game, because I love this game and it wouldn't be around if people didn't spend money. So thank you. Thank you for that. I was wondering why you went for Greedo, but then I'm like, oh yeah, Greedo's hyperdrive, so that's why. Brini says, as you can see, Thrawn at gear 8, some mediocre Jedi, a CLS down there, some mediocre Geos. Here's the thing about mediocre. When you say mediocre, the reality is, for a Grand Arena focused account, you want to have your teams at gear 8 plus, because that's really where they start getting functional. Yes, you can't use mediocre Jedi for some of the top tier events, but you can do a lot of the assault battles that take Jedi. You can do a lot of the assault battles with this level of Jedi. So you're getting a lot of extra income into your account because you're working on these Jedi. Now, what I would encourage you to do is to only start gearing the characters that you want to use after you get their stars done. So rather than trying to see, I'm looking at these Jedi and I'm seeing basically 2 full Jedi teams here, but only one of them really has some significant power, being a Bastila Shan led. But I also see that you're working on Jolie, which tells me you're going for Revan, and Revan's going to need more Jedi to go with. So it looks to me like you're going to end up with a Revan Jedi team, and then either you're going to let the Phoenix stay with the Phoenix and you're going to let Yoda stay with Padme, and you'll just have one Jedi team, or you can build kind of 2 Jedi teams. So it's certainly not a waste, but I would do more of what you're doing here with Barriss. And is like, Barriss is a character, obviously she's a great character, and we're all going to want to use her someday, but there's no sense gearing her up until you get her stars done, because a lot of the content in the game requires 7 stars to even be able to participate. Now, Shaak Ti, it depends on how your clone troopers are doing. If your clone troopers are doing well, you're going to want Shaak Ti in there to lead them regardless of what her star level is. As soon as you can unlock her, she's a great leader for the clone troopers, and that's what you've got here. You've got a functional Shaak Ti clone team. And this is what I meant with bloat and mediocre. I got too distracted and thinned out on so much progress at once. Well, that's the thing. If you look at each faction, I mean, first of all, you go for what you want to go for, right? The game is fun when you can acquire new toys, but I have personally found, in my experience with the game, that teams don't really become usable until Gear 12 plus. Like, if you want to take this team, you obviously can't use any of these light side teams in the light side Geonosis territory battles. You can use a couple of these dark side teams in the dark side Geonosis territory battles, but if you think of it kind of like that, if you're like, I want to work on a team until I am done with that team, whatever done looks like. Obviously the First Order, you know they're going to be done when they meet the requirements for SLKR, or maybe somebody like Red Trooper, you want to take him all the way to Relic 7, which is definitely not a bad idea, even though his requirement is only Relic 5. You want to work on a team until it's done. What you've done here is really good for Grand Arena because you have a lot of options and you have characters that are built that synergize well with other characters so that you can use them to make several teams. But at some point, I would say now is probably a good point to stop. Let's take a look at his Rebels. He said he has a CLS team. At some point, you want to stop farming new teams and start taking the teams you do have to Gear 12 plus. Because once you start getting teams to Gear 12 plus, they're going to start doing a lot more damage in the raids. They're going to start doing a lot more damage in the territory battles. Territory wars, they're going to be teams that you're proud to put on defense or you're confident to use in offense because they have more gear on them. And it's not just the gear, it's the mods, right? But if you get a lot of teams, let's say to Gear 11, at this galactic power, several teams at Gear 11 is deadly in Grand Arena. Deadly. You can have somebody with one team that's got all relics, and you have very few relics, but you have a lot of Gear 11 teams. You're probably going to beat that opponent because you might take 2 or 3 shots to get through his relic team, but then everything else he has is Gear 8, and you put all Gear 11s on your team, so he can't get through your whole roster. So there's nothing wrong with having low gear teams, like leaving them at Gear 11, until you start talking about some of the higher end content. Some of the best places to get gear and resources from require the higher tier team. So if it was me, what I would do, oh, you don't really have a team, you've got just a CLS. Okay. What I would do at this point is I would leave the rest of your empire where they are. I would take Vader up to relics. I think it's worth it. The empire team itself is a lot more powerful if even just your Vader is at relics. For your Jedi team, I would probably leave them alone where they're at. Your bounty hunter team, same thing. I would take Bosk to relics. And I might take the rest of the bounty hunters to Gear 11, whichever bounty hunters you're using, because a Gear 11 bounty hunter team under a Relic Bosk is really strong, and the Relic Bosk is for fleets, and the Relic Vader is for fleets, and it's also for making the whole Empire team really strong. And then besides that, let's see, the Geos. Yeah, we got to get the Geos up to Watt ready. I'm sure whatever guild you're a part of is either doing or wants to do the Dark Side Geonosian territory battles. And Watt ready technically is 16,500 galactic power. Look, you've got them almost all started up. That's fantastic. Technically, Watt ready is 16,500 galactic power per Geo, but I personally really think Gear 12.5 is what we should be shooting for with our Geos. I think if you get to 12.5 and then maybe pick one of them to take to Relic, whether it be Brood Alpha or Spy, those are both 2 really good options to take to Relic. If you get your gear to 12.5, then you'll have a lot more consistency in the Dark Side GOTB, and that's if you have good mods. But look at this. This team at this level, even low level, this is a devastating team for your opponent in Grand Arena. They have to deal with this. This is a difficult team to deal with. I would even say, even if you don't put any more work into your Geos right now, slap that Zeta on Brood Alpha. It's going to make it way tougher in Grand Arena. Way tougher. And yeah, these Geos are a little bit away from Watt ready, but they're not far away from Watt ready. Look at the guild name. No, we're just doing Hoth. The guild name. The guild name is VFS Padawan. Oh, nice. Nice. Duran says, time for me to leave. Have a great one and congrats on the full clear. Have fun. Thanks, Duran. Thank you for so much for joining the stream and for the advice. We'll have to remember that when we get strong enough defense teams to mimic that strategy. It's a winning strategy. But Barini, yeah, I would slap that Zeta on Brood Alpha, and then that way you're gonna have your First Order team that's strong, your Empire team that's strong, your Bounty Hunters that are strong, and your Jedi that are solid. And then I would just kind of leave the rest of these teams kind of where they're at. You can still use them in a lot of different parts of the game, but if you're doing the Hoth territory battles, then that makes perfect sense why you've made a lot of the decisions that you've made, because the Geos, even at that level, can do very well in the territory battles. I'm a big believer in either build your account for the guild that you want to be in, or try to prioritize what you're working on based on the guild that you are in. So in your case, I would say, unless you have great friends in your guild and you've built this great community and you want to stay, I would say try to get into a guild that's doing the dark side GOTB. And the best way to get into a guild like that is to get your Geonosians Watt ready. I know that that's kind of a hot button word for some people to get their Geos Watt ready, but you saw, I mean, the Geos, you see what we do with the Geos. They're a fantastic team, and our Geos are not Watt ready. But that's the biggest thing that I'm pushing for. And I think that if you can get into a guild that's doing the dark side GOTB, using your Watt ready Geos as your ticket, then that will help you with your SLKR farm. It'll help give you more gear, and it'll help you stay competitive in the fleet, because even though you're doing amazing in the fleet right now, when your shard starts filling up with the negotiators and the malevolences, you're not going to be able to compete anymore with this fleet. This fleet works well right now, but it's not going to be a top 10 fleet in probably about 6 months, probably about 6 months. Depending on where you put the work, obviously you can bring in new ships that'll keep it fresh and relevant. But you need to start thinking now about getting either Negotiator or the Malevolence as your capital ship, and that's going to take a guild that's doing the Geonosius territory battles. But yeah, man, I don't think you have very much bloat. I mean, it could be considered, basically bloat is characters that don't belong in a team, or whole teams that you have no purpose for. And all the First Order are definitely not bloat, because you need them for SLKR. The Phoenix are not bloat, because it looks like you stopped at a great place with the Phoenix. You did not overgear them, and they still work well as a team together, or you can break them up and use Ezra and Kanan with a Jedi team. Your Empire are not bloat, because they're a great team in Grand Arena and elsewhere, and Tarkin is your fleet commander, so that's not going to be bloat. So I just don't see a lot of bloat here. You need your bounty hunters for multiple events and also for the credit heist. I'm sure for sure you've gotten the maxed out credit heist every time the credit heist comes around. You've got the max credits coming to you for that. The only thing I would say that might be bloat at this point is going for that CLS before you were ready to have a CLS team. The Stormtrooper Han, sure, you can plug him in here and there and he can be helpful, but Stormtrooper Han, R2-D2, they were needed for CLS, but they're not. I mean, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you can use him as a Jedi. They're just not worth working on until you're like, boom, I'm ready to go for CLS. I've got my Chewpio, I've got my 3PO, I've got my Han Solo maxed out at 7 stars, I've got my Chewbacca at 7 stars, which of course you need the bounty hunters for. So once again, not bloat. Once you get all the other characters, I mean, it's like not necessarily that you have to have all the other characters before you go for CLS, but the bloat that is required, like Princess Leia, I used to love playing with Princess Leia under Akbar, because Princess Leia has the 3 shots on her basic, and Akbar has an elite ability where anytime anybody on the team uses an ability that doesn't do damage, a random rebel ally will assist. And if it was ever Leia did a bunch of damage. She's a fun character. She's just not, she doesn't really fit anywhere. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't really fit anywhere that you're like, I'm going to take this team and I'm going to do this with it. You know? Mace Windu is probably your alternate fleet commander. So that's not bloat. The Geos definitely are not bloat. Rebel Scout will be good at some point in the future. Baze, I mean, he's a great character. Of course, he was a lot of these guys at this point are hyperdrive from here down. And Commander Luke, I mean, he's a sick character. He's never going to be a waste. But the only thing that he's doing right now is he and the characters that it took to get him are adding galactic power to your count that's not usable in Grand Arena. But it's only temporary that it's not usable. He's a great character. Obviously, he's one of the best teams in the game. Barini says, you can also look at the Old Republic. That is also bloat because Jolie isn't finished. And please don't speak about Mission or T3. Well, Jolie... To me, Jolie is not super helpful until he's Zated. That is the thing that makes him a really good character. So even at this star level, and even at this gear level, if you Zated him, he would all of a sudden become functional. I have a much looser definition of bloat than a lot of people do. What I see here is you, just as you said, are trying to go after too many things at once, and instead of trying to make your roster wider, just try to make the teams at the top a little bit better. Try to make them a little bit more usable. Obviously, you're going after SLKR, and one of the things that's even keeping your sanity right now is because of all these other teams you've gone for, you're able to keep your sanity while you're chasing the long, forever grind of SLKR. But yeah, I would just say do what I suggested. You know, keep working on your first order, obviously, for SLKR. Let's get some music going. Keep working on your first order for SLKR. Commit to this Empire team. Go ahead and relic up Vader, relic up Bosk, and maybe put a little more work into the other bounty hunters. Get them to gear 11. I'd say your Bastila team is good the way it is. If you want to throw a Zeta on that team, Zeta Jolie would probably be a good Zeta. But yeah, man, I mean, you're doing great. You're doing great. It seems to me that the decisions that you've made and the bloat that you've done is very minor, and that it's very easy to come back from. Definitely. Just think of bloat. It's like, I don't want to unlock and level up characters that I don't have a use for right now. You know, if you just think of it like that, as long as you got a use for them, it's not bloat. It's not bloat. Just one more time, let's look at how well he's doing and why he's not screwing up. He's 77 in Arena and rank 1 in Fleet. If you're rocking that, you're doing something right. You are doing something right. Now, your Grand Arena, specifically, I think your question was, what kind of changes can you make to make it easier for yourself in Grand Arena? Part of the problem is SLKR rushes will struggle in Grand Arena more than Grand Arena focused accounts, and there's just nothing that you can do about that to an extent. There are some clever things that you can do with the SLKR rush characters. I'm pretty sure isn't Palpatine one of the SLKR requirements? So I mean, yeah, you might as well build a Empire team if you have to do Palpatine anyway. You just take the characters that it gives you and build something around it. One of the requirements for SLKR is Veteran Han. And I hear that Veteran Han, I just heard in the last stream, if you guys remember, that Veteran Han goes really well under BAM. I don't want to give you more projects to do, but I mean, there's clever things that you can do with the characters that you have to farm for SLKR to still make good teams out of them and do better in the Grand Arena. But the best thing, yeah, R7 Palp is a requirement. The best thing you can do to make it easier on yourself in Grand Arenas. Work on those mods. I haven't even looked at the mods. Let's just take a look at Vader. I know with a hyperdrive, it's got to be really difficult to try to mod at all because of how many characters it gives you. But let's just see what you've done with this Vader. 192. Yeah, I mean, it's just there's too many. If you go too wide, you're not able to get as much speed on your characters as you want. But still, potency, speed, crit damage. These are very smart mods. Potency, speed, offense, crit chance. He's not as fast as he could be, but doggone it, these mods. Look at this mod. 10 speed, a bunch of potency, offense. This is a well-modded Vader. This Vader, I mean, he's not as fast as you'd probably like him to be, but the potency and the offense is on point and will only get better if you relic him. This is probably the only mod I've clicked on that I would change. And you've probably got it on here because you don't have a lot of offense squares with speed. I mean, at some point, you run out of mods. You know? But yeah, his damage is good. His potency is great. And his speed will improve when he gets relic. He'll, a few pieces of gear give him more speed. But yeah, Brainy's saying that's what I was trying to build bounty hunter ships. So I build bounty hunters, Vader ship, and Palp, so an Empire team. Absolutely, everything you're doing makes perfect sense to me. It makes perfect sense. You're just flowing with it, man. You're flowing with it. You're letting it happen, and you're enjoying your ride on the way. Just don't beat yourself up about bloat. You have a beautiful account. This is exciting. This is fantastic. You're killing it in fleet. You're killing it in arena. And if you keep going after this SLKR, you will only continue to succeed. But I would, as you continue to pursue SLKR, I would reach down into these geos. I would get them probably gear 12.5. I know that's a big commitment. I don't mean to just say that casually. Get them to gear 12.5. And then if you're not married to the idea of staying with your guild, try to find a guild that's doing that dark side GOTB, because that'll help everything. And you might even find a guild that's doing the light side GOTB and the dark side. They might let you in. They might. Depends, if you can promise the 600 tickets a day, if you can tell them what your plans are, they look at your account, they're like, this makes sense, look, he's going after the Empire team, he's going after the bounty hunters. It's not like you have this level of gear on these characters, you know what I'm saying? I mean, some of those characters are still worth it, but you obviously know what you're doing. So yeah, man, just keep it up. Keep working on those mods. And I would say, I don't know how much of a priority you're putting on, like in this store, for instance. I'm putting a lot of priority on getting new character shards and not as much priority in gear. And for me, I'm doing 5 hard nodes, and that leaves me a little bit less energy for gear. I would maybe take your focus and shift it a little bit more towards gear, a little bit away from new shards, because you've got a lot of characters right now, a lot of teams that you could potentially build. Just step back and take some time and build them and mod them. It takes like 4 times as long to mod a team than it does to farm the gear for a team. So just think about that. With all those teams you potentially have, maybe slow down a little bit just because of how overwhelming the modding is going to be. Just go hard on the mods, go hard on the gear, slow down a little bit on the shards, and I think you're going to be just fine. Well, you guys, we're past time. I enjoyed myself. We got that rank 1 in fleets. It held for us, and we earned that rank 1. We got a full clear in GAC. I had a blast, you guys. We got to do both roster reviews. It's been a great stream. You guys blowing up the chat so much. Thank you so much. At the moment, everything is going into gear or shard shop. Perfect. You're doing it. You're already doing it. Fantastic. Well done, Buriti. Well done. Well, you guys, as you know, my streaming schedule has changed. I'll see you guys on Friday. I will not see you tomorrow. And we'll get into another Grand Arena, and we'll see if we can get some more domination. Well, fun times, you guys. And remember, there's one thing I want you all to know. It's that Jesus loves you. We'll see you next time.